I came a long way, but don't push me. Rest in peace to my bro, it ain't right, though. 20 bands, nothing that's light sauce. Hit the booth and I turn all the lights off. Gotta get in my zone. Gotta turn on my...
Sometimes you're good, sometimes you're bad.
Majority of the times we're good, though.
True.
Get the rhythm.
We always good.
Get the rhythm of it. Get the rhythm of it. Get the rhythm of it. Get the rhythm of it.
Super tight, bro, from the gym. I need to see Zev and get a massage. Maybe a happy ending.
Let's go half and half. So I didn't tell you this. I didn't know he does this. So if you add somebody to your account, they only charge you $54. So what I could do is I pay $108, right, a month. So what they'll do is they'll add $108 plus 60 plus 54 plus whatever tax on whatever. So it'll be $160 something. $80. And then we'll split it and pay 80 each, and we go a limited amount of times. And we could pay you could pay your half on your card and my half on my card. I offered it to my girl. I offered it to Flash. I offered it to anybody. I'm like, whoever comes first, just let me know, because you could do an add-on. It's just 80 versus 1.
Now, what if I want to just do it for a month and then just come back off?
Oh, no, because it has to be... Because the thing is that I'll have to get into that yearly contract in order to get added.
I don't like to be tied down. Commitment issues.
For $80, nigga.
No, not even that. It's just because the thing is, bro, like, I travel, too. So it's like... that's why I've always stuck to, like, all right, let me pay 1 month, 2 months, maybe 3. And then that's it. Then whenever I'm done traveling, then I'll come back and I'll do it again. I haven't done it recently because I've just been, being a bitch. And my body's paying the price.
Nigga's been going through it since he got COVID. Nigga just hasn't been the same.
Yo. Yeah, actually, kinda, not kinda.
Speaking of, you gonna get the vaccine?
Fuck that, bro. I ain't getting that shit until it's mandatory.
It's never gonna be mandatory.
You think so?
To travel, possibly.
Yeah,
but not 100%. To be a human in the United States. Like,
bro, it's gonna come to the point where obviously 100% travel, but I feel like big like chain stores and shit would be like, you need a vaccine before you can come in here or something. Like that. I feel like it'd be hard.
You can, but
I feel like it'd be hard to maintain, and it'd be like chaos, like checking everybody at the door type shit. But I feel like eventually, I don't know. Maybe
it's like in New Zealand. In New Zealand, everywhere you go, every resident has to download an app in New Zealand. So everywhere you check in, it has to tell you. It tells them like your current status, if you had COVID, if you didn't have COVID, where were you last at. That's how New Zealand you don't have to wear masks in New Zealand. Everything is open. They have concerts and everything because they got like 6 cases and the whole country shut down. And then they were able to track those 6 people based on where they were that they checked in.
Track them and beat the shit out of them.
No. It's just like, yo, you got COVID. You were here. You exposed these people. So now we got to quarantine these people because of you. So whatever. I mean, it worked. So I would have been down with that if they did that shit last year when we could have had the shit under control. But Miami's just on some other shit, so we're working backwards.
Does this look stupid?
You look like you got a big ass head. Pause. Like fucking alien.
Bro,
head.
I'm trying to hide myself. I look like a legit homeless person.
You look like a hobo.
Dog, I literally look like the friggin' Unabomber Ted Kaczynski.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I'm trying to just be discreet.
It's all good. People won't notice unless you say it.
Right.
Turn that off because I'm getting distracted already, and I don't even.
Bro, that shit's behind you almost.
Yeah, but I see it from your glasses. It reflects. That's why I just look this way. I'm like, what's that light?
My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Put some respect.
But yeah, man. I mean, until it's mandatory, I'm not getting that shit.
Yeah, I feel indifferent about it. I'm not a big vax person.
I don't honestly remember. Maybe when I was a kid, my mom made me, but I don't remember like getting any type of vaccines or
by
anything.
choice, like when you're an adult.
No, not even an adult. Like even as a kid, I don't remember I don't even know if my mom ever took me to get vaccines.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things. People have different beliefs on them. I know like my daughter's aunt just had a baby and she's like, oh, I'm not getting certain vaccines. Like my baby's home and blah blah blah. I respect everybody's.
Yeah, like if you want to, cool. You know what I mean? That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not just. I don't know. I'm not gonna. I always like kind of like feel like it's for me to step back in the sense of let them do that first. Like that's like the first initial vaccine.
Yeah.
Like let them work the kinks out and all that other shit. And
if
it comes to the point that I need to do it, then all right, whatever. I guess I'll do it.
Yeah, I mean apparently it's the whole Johnson & Johnson thing came back and I mean obviously it was a small number of people. It was like 6 people out of millions that had like these side effects or whatever. And now they're saying that women, some of the women can't get pregnant or something like that now with the Moderna actually. Mm-hmm. Is it Moderna? No,
Moderna.
Is it Moderna?
Yeah.
So again, for me, it's like I treat the vaccine, I treat it like an iPhone release every year, right? Every time a new iPhone comes out, I'm an iPhone person, you're an iPhone person. Everybody wants to get it, everybody beats, right? But there's always something wrong with the phones. Oh, like it's like, how do we have so much technology and there's always something wrong? So I wait like kind of like a year later. Be like, all right, let me see what this is really about.
Yeah. I mean, I never update my phone. As soon as it tells me update, I wait like a few months.
Yeah.
I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, but you heard about, not the chaos, but the issue that came up with that. And actually, I think Apple did get sued because they found a way to program phones to purposely start delaying and acting up.
Oh, for 100%.
Because it forces you to buy a new phone.
That was a big case. Yeah, that was a huge case. And it's the fucking truth. That's why they were saying, like, I saw something that Apple's coming out with their own, like, smart car.
Yeah.
And people were like, okay, so then every time a new one comes out, what, the old car is going to fucking stop working? Like, you're going to be on the highway and shit's just going to be
press a button and everybody's car just... That's why I don't like the all-electric shit either. I mean, I would love a Tesla, just the way it looks, but I'm not sold on the features of a full electric drive by yourself.
Which one would you get?
Oh, the SUV one, the one that
Model X.
Yeah, the shit with the flying doors,
Model X is fresh.
Lambo doors, I guess, whatever you call it. But yeah, so
what's in the news today?
That's not in mad for the South, yo.
I know, man.
Mad for the South.
Sometimes want to be annoying.
Yeah, I know.
So today, guys, if you're not in if you're not in a cave, then you know what happened. But the verdict came back. Guilty. What do you think about that, kid?
Fucker.
Well, I mean, what are we talking about? The guilty of the murder of George Floyd?
Yeah, I mean, we could definitely start off with that because it's brand new.
Yeah.
First of all, happy 420.
Happy 420 to all my stoners.
And
I don't smoke.
And happy celebration, I would say, just to every person of color and every person not of color that was kind of going through this whole trial thing with what's this guy's name?
George Floyd.
Derek
Chauvin.
Derek Chauvin.
Derek Chauvin.
Yeah, man. So, first of all, let's just cheers to the night.
Oh shit, we didn't cheers, bro.
Cheers.
Episode 11, guys.
Welcome.
Live from Café Con Leche Studios.
Café Con Leche. It's your boy Berto, live and direct.
It's your boy Will, semi-live, semi-direct.
Coming on live, guys. 420. This is sensitive, bro. This is sensitive. Yeah. It's a lot. You know, I'm happy that a cop finally got convicted of something. That's just a start. You know what I mean? It's just so much going on with the system and justice system that we're constantly talking about and trying to bring awareness on, and it just nothing ever happens. You know what I mean? For this is like a very big win for a lot of people. And like I said, it could be people of color. It can be, you know, white people that just, respect all race and all humans. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, guilty as fuck, guilty. I'm extremely happy that, that's cool. You could just, si yo estoy hablando mucho, tú me dices, yo me callo.
I didn't know I could do that. I just shut you the fuck up.
Yeah, man. So I lost my train of thought because he just muted me and I heard this shit loud and clear. It was like,
yeah, no, because I went on a page just to see. I'm trying to see because I didn't see if like what they gave him. They just gave him guilty, but
they sentenced him in 3 weeks. They sentenced him,
but
he got no bail though.
Oh, so no, I thought you said they sentenced him 3 weeks in prison. I was gonna say, bro, there would be mayhem.
3 counts of murder and manslaughter. He's gonna get 40 plus.
Yeah, but he'll probably end up getting fucking killed in jail or something.
Bro, all right. So there's a couple things that are bad that people hold on to and wait for when they're in prison and have nothing to lose. Child molesters. Cops that kill people of color.
Any type of law enforcement.
Honestly, any type of law enforcement. But if you kill
people who kill cops too. Get
it but you get that from
the COs, but the COs manipulate people to do it to you.
Of course, because the COs are the ones that are gonna look out for those same people and be like, you know what, I got you. But
I get you with a few extra soups. Go fuck them up.
A few extra ramens. Like, speaking of, this is random, but I saw the other day. I think it was on World Star or whatever. It was some stupid ass shit that I follow. Probably Shade Room or something. There was a guy that came out with a picture of him in prison that he made his own sex dolls. You didn't see that?
Nah.
He made his own sex dolls from just like anything. It was full of like cushion, fucking food. Like it was a whole bunch of stuff. He made his own sex dolls. In his cell.
I've never heard of the sex dolls, but I heard they have there's guys that make these things out of balloons. Like I forgot what they call them, like a foofy or some shit like that. But they make it so it's like pretty much like they blow up the balloon and they like twist it around into, so it looks like it makes like two butt cheeks. And then there's like a hole, and you can like put your finger through the hole and it comes out the other end. So it's like, and they just, you know what I'm saying, lube it up and go at it.
Hey man, hey look.
Whatever works, G. It's
look,
either
man,
that or you raping somebody. What you want?
Prison is something real, man. So people laugh about it, but bro, when you're in there, even if you got 5 years,
you don't know how long a year is.
Like, you don't know how long a week is. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it's tough, man. So you have to get creative, and at the end of the day, you know what happens. You're in a cell full of guys day in, day out. When you got one hour of rec, and bro, there's only so many books you can read. You know what I mean? Like there's only so much shit you can do.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Going back to this asshole, I'm extremely happy that we feel that justice is served. Unfortunately, it was at the cost of a life. But I feel like this is a step, hopefully, in the right direction, just for the future, man. I struggle with this shit all the time. You know, I'm black. I have black children, black daughters. So this shit to me as an adult now is something that I take serious. When I was a kid, I didn't really give a fuck because I didn't really understand, you know, racism and the justice system, how foul it is and how twisted it is. But now as an adult, you know, I'm a lot more aware and I see this shit, man. And it's scary. Like getting pulled over is scary and it shouldn't be because I'm not doing shit. Yeah. You know, so what do you think? What do you think about it? Like, what's your thoughts on? Well, first of all, it's the same question to you. What's your thoughts on justice verdict? You know.
No, I mean, I was fucking praying that it would be that because it's like if it were that he got away with it, bro, like Civil War type shit. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that that's the reasoning behind it, but it's just like, bro, like how many times does this have to happen? You know what I mean? Like you have like a broken record here. You know what I mean? It just keeps going over and over and over again. Obviously, this past like couple of years has been more than. Maybe it seems like more because more people are filming them and shit like that. So we have more technology and shit. Maybe back in the day it was obviously maybe it was worse because the racism was more potent. If that's the right word. But I mean, yeah, he got what he deserved, and that dude's.
Oh no, he didn't get what he deserved.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like he got what he deserved in the sense of like he got convicted guilty.
Yeah.
Now
is when now is when his actual punishment is going to start.
Buckle up, Chief.
And I honestly, like, look, man, it takes a lot I don't really hate people. I feel like that hate is such a strong word. Yeah. But I strongly dislike people that try to take advantage of their positions. And that happens like anywhere.
Power. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's usually happens in like, you know, corporate companies when you're CEO above, blah, blah, blah. But
especially, I mean, I don't have anything against cops, you know what I mean? Like personally in the sense like where I'm going to go out there and be like, disrespect a cop that's not being disrespectful to me. Now, if it's the other way around, if they're being disrespectful, then yeah, you're going to deal with a sarcastic asshole. But, you know, because I have, you know, cops in my family and military in my family. But there's always been like a saying or just like a understanding that like a lot of people, not all of people, a lot of the people that become cops are dudes that like, you know, either got bullied when they were younger or like they were cornballs and they're like, okay, I want to become a cop. And it's like, now they have this power. And it's like, yeah, now you're going to listen to me.
Yeah, because the power is the badge and the gun.
You know what I'm saying?
And it's not even so much the gun. It's really just the badge. Because the gun, everybody got guns. Yeah, so, you know, if you even pull out your gun, I can possibly have a chance to defend myself with mine.
Or shoot you first.
But it's the badge that protects you. And that's the issue. I feel the same way. I have some of my best friends are cops. Like, literally, some of my best... You met Joang and... Well, whatever. You met one of my boys, a couple of my boys, but yeah, man. So one of my closest boys, he's you know, he's a cop, and my cousin in New York, he's a detective in the Bronx. Like, I have close cops people in the family, so I respect. But they, you know, the ones that last are the ones that say, "Listen, man, a cop is supposed to protect and serve, right? That's what everybody looks for, right?" So when all these cops come around doing the most, doing some extra shit, and you don't even justify it, they're always backed up. They're always backed up by the union type of shit that they have, whatever it is. But there has to get to a point where we start holding these cops responsible, liable for their actions. It doesn't matter that you're a cop. If you are responding to something, yes, there's a lot of times that people, se pasan.
Yeah.
And I get that.
Yeah.
Right? But like the meme says, nobody told you how scary it is to become a cop. If you can't deal with that. You know what I mean? If you want to protect and serve and they put you in the middle of overtime, like that's what you signed up for. But that doesn't mean that you take advantage of your position. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, also the other thing too, is like the whole notion of like, oh, I didn't know it was my gun. I thought it was my taser.
Oh, let's not even talk about that. Yeah, that was a lady, right? A chick? Was that the chick one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Breonna Taylor, right?
No, Breonna Taylor's the one that got murdered in her house.
But then, oh no, she.
This was a late. I think this was a girl cop that murdered a 20-year-old kid for a traffic violation stop. Like it was just a traffic stop.
Yeah, there's a huge difference between a taser and a gun. I mean, I understand in the heart. I mean, we can't. I mean, at the same time, we can't judge because in the height of the moment, yeah, it's a traffic stop. But like sometimes you never know. You know what I mean? You don't know what you're thinking. Maybe the other person's fidgety, so you're kind of like on edge, and then you just pull the trigger. But still, I mean, I feel like I don't know, man.
But here's the issue.
Like that training should be good enough. You know what I mean? That like okay, in this situation, you know what I mean? I need to, Or fucking put the taser a little bit further away or something because that's like all muscle movement.
No, it's not even further away.
Muscle memory.
So they explained how they do it, right? So they always say, "What is your dominant hand?" You're left-handed. I'm right-handed, right? So I would have my firearm on my right side because if I need to draw, my right hand is dominant. Your left hand is dominant. The taser goes on the opposite side, and al contrario, like this way. So you have to reach over. So my issue is when it comes to the police force is that I feel that the police force is just like real estate in a sense of real estate. All you need to do is take a freaking state exam and you become a realtor, right? That's why there's so many. All right. You know what I'm about to say. So, when you join the force, you just have to go to a police academy, bro. You need an associate's degree. That's it. So anybody can go to a 2-year college, community college, get an associate's degree and become a cop. So my problem is that these cops are not getting trained correctly. At the end of the day, they have to look out for people. That's what your job is. Especially if you're uniform. If you're uniform, you're at the bottom. So your job is to just protect and serve and de-escalate shit. A lot of these people are just trigger happy. Yeah. And that's the problem because it's happening so much, like more and more. They have body cams. You know what I mean? And for some reason, whatever, one way or another, they're not releasing the body cam until like months later. Yeah. It's just so many loopholes and because they're so protected that's the issue that I have.
Yeah, there was an incident this weekend where there was a cop involved and it was kind of like, okay, wait, don't say nothing yet. Hold on. Let me turn on my body cam and then now start talking. And I was like,
of course. Yeah, but what happened before that?
Yeah, so it was like, oh shit. It was nothing crazy like that happened to me or anybody, but it was just like I was there.
Yeah.
I was just like, damn. Imagine if like some shit went down. It's like, okay, all right, now turn it on. Now you say this, and or you do that, fucking run away or some shit.
It's like remember training day?
Yeah.
So obviously that's a little, that's an extreme example, but it's unfortunate that there's a lot of dirty cops. Like everybody, like in everything, there's always the dirty players and there's always the clean. There are more good cops than bad cops, but the bad cops just exageran. Like they're just going out there and really feel like they're untouchable, and that's the problem. And one thing that I stuck to my head that one of my boys told me was, people are worried about like gangs and all this in the street. The biggest gangs in the world are going to be the cops. There's no beating them. So again, going back to this, like this is why this is such a big win because this is probably the first time a cop got convicted of murder, man. Like some shit that he did. You know what I mean?
It wasn't like a slap on the wrist or like, oh yeah, dude, a year in some community service or some bullshit.
Nah, man. And it can't, but it was possible, though. That's the problem. It was possible that he could have not walked away from it, but probably would have been like, he's going to be off duty.
Yeah.
Unpaid leave.
Unpaid leave.
Like, what?
3 weeks. It's like, Now, question. Speaking of training day. In the position, what was his, White or Hyatt, what was his name? Officer something, the white boy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you blame him in that movie for like stealing drug money?
Hoyt. I thought you were talking about something in real.
No,
I'm like, wait. I'm like, wait. Oh, and then you say all right, go ahead.
Case versus state, California versus
Officer Hoyt.
Do you blame him? You know what I mean? Like in a sense, like the situation he was in, the police is not really paying him well. He has all this shit, like where he's like, okay, this is drug money that they're probably just gonna use to something else. I'm just gonna take it for myself so I can take care of my family.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
It's tough
because I know there's cops out there that they'll, you know what I mean? They'll either pull you over and maybe you have something, you know, you have some drugs on you, and then you have maybe like a rollie or some shit.
Yeah,
like, give me the fucking rollie and you can keep going
and keep
you
your
know
freedom.
What I mean? Keep your freedom and you're good. No, I never saw shit. You know what I mean? Or you got some drug money on you or some shit. Yo, cough it up, or is she gonna go to jail? What do you think about that?
Truthfully. So here's the problem, right? With movies, I'm always going for like, not the bad guys, but I'm always like, it's exciting to see like the Denzel play that role. Because I'm like, oh, there's like some real G shit that really happens, right? So like in the movie, I think that shit is dope. But, and I might contradict myself right now because again, it's a movie, I'll be like mad hype. Like for example, Snowfall, like that's my guy. Franklin's my guy. Like, I'm sorry, he's killing a whole bunch of people, but that's, all right, so whatever. But in real life, again, there's always going to be bad apples that fall from the tree, and they always trying to find a loophole to everything. So I do think that it's fucked up, the cops that are dirty and they do shit like that. But I do understand if they do it for certain things. For example, a lot of one of my boys is a narc. So like he's not just a cop, like he's a narc. So he's a detective, but he's a narc, specifically looking for the big guys. And he tells me all the time, there's times he got to pull people over. There's times that he got to do all this petty shit. And he's just like, look, man, like don't let me catch you again. You know what I mean? And
because it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. You know what I mean? So if there was more of those, or if those cops that are doing those things are because they're after the, you know, oh, yo, cop, you know, I got a freaking 2 joints in the car. Give me the joints, get out of here. You know what I mean? Now, if they want to be an asshole, then be like, give me the joints, give me whatever money you got. So I don't agree with that. But I understand because at the end of the day, their job is to get the bigger fish. You know what I mean? So again, I don't agree, but I understand why they do it. But I don't agree to it.
So do you think if, say, for example, I work for Miami PD and I pull over some dude that has maybe a little bit of coke on him or some shit, and he has a bundle of cash in his pocket, and I'm just like, this job's not paying me well. You know, maybe I have a kid on the way or some shit.
Yeah, whatever your reasons are.
Whatever my reason is, but it's a moral reason in the sense like, yo, it's something that I need to do for myself, not just because I want to take your money.
Yeah.
Yo, cough it up. I'm taking this money, or you want to go to jail.
Yeah.
Fucking take the money. Would you consider me a dirty cop?
Like on a personal level, like if I knew you like this, like if we
if you just heard the story.
But again,
if you knew the reason and somebody told you a story,
it is the reason doesn't matter. Honestly, at the end of the day, the reason doesn't matter because at the end of the day, you have a job, so you not abiding by those rules that you should do as an officer automatically makes you dirty. Yeah. True. Now, again, going back to my statement, I would not agree. But I understand because unfortunately in the US of A lot of states, especially like us, New York, LA, whatever, Texas, it is hard to live off of one income. You know, if you're not making 6 figures with multiple streams, you're not going to really be, you know, tranquilo, quieto. So even sometimes a cop, fresh off uniform dude, starts off, it'd probably be like 55. You know what I mean? So like, I understand where they start getting the mentality of like, I got to eat some way, somehow. Because you're out there, you know, like doing what you got to do, but it's just a salary until you start climbing up the ranks. So to answer your question, again, I would understand why you would do it. It doesn't matter what your reasons are. I understand why people do it, but it is still dirty. I don't agree with it.
Starting
what are you
salary for Florida police officers, 48 to, well, there's two different ones. 48 to 65 and 24 to 54.
24 to 54 is probably those fucking meter ticket cops.
Nah, you'd be surprised. I mean, I don't know what it's like here, but like the cops make most of their money on overtime, like detailing like construction sites and shit like that. Like that's where they make most of their money is like overtime. One of my boys was a cop in Rhode Island, and he's like, bro, like that's where I make most of my money. Like, I don't make money on my salary. It's all overtime.
It depends on here. At least it depends. Like for example, here you get paid more for being city of Miami versus like Miami-Dade, or like, and it's like the state troopers here don't make shit. Like the highway niggas don't make shit. They'll start off at like 40.
I remember the first one I saw. The first state trooper I saw here was something happened where there was an accident like a few years ago, and this cop pulls up and he gets out the car, and I was like, he literally looked like he was like 12. I was like, first of all, he was like 5'5", like 90 pounds soaking wet, and I was like, yo, and that's another thing too, like. Maybe the dude's a savage. You know, he probably has crazy hands. You never know. You know what I mean? You can't judge somebody by their size, but it's like, what's gonna happen if some dude that's like 6'5", 250, or just comes just like punches him in a traffic stop? He has no other choice but to pull his gun.
Yes, he does. He does have a choice. He has a choice taser. Because for one.
But I'm saying like when people are put in that situation where they're like, oh shit, I can't defend myself.
Yeah.
They're gonna pull their gun. You know what I mean? Because most of them nowadays really don't even know how to fight. You know what I mean? So. But
that's what I'm saying. I think it goes back to cops need to learn how to get trained correctly. Because if they learn how to de-escalate situations, bro, it doesn't matter if fucking The Rock comes at you 6'5", 250 pounds. If he's coming at you with no weapons, there's no reason why you can't de-escalate and you back away. I've seen plenty of cops that back away and try to give a warning. Just look at a regular cop with a white person. There's people that get pulled over, and a guy released it a couple days ago, but it's an old video, but it got released again a couple days ago. There's a white guy saying, bro, get the fuck out of my car. I'm going to shoot you, to a cop, a pedestrian, to a cop.
And they let that shit slide.
You know why? Because they de-escalated with their own people. Yeah. But the problem is that most cops, I'm not going to say every cop, but most cops, they feel threatened automatically by a colored person, which is fucked up because not every colored person is aggressive. Not every colored person is coming at you. Yes, there's some times where you get into altercations that people actually like will run away from a cop or whatever, or throw something at a cop. That's different. Now you're using a weapon. Now you have to go into training mode of like protect myself, you know, but there's so many times that just people can de-escalate the situation. And as a cop, you should be trained on that, because a lot of times look at people that have mental, disorders, that they get called to somebody's house because somebody's just screaming in the middle of the road, and that person might have problems. So the person starts charging at a cop, they automatically draw their gun. They don't have a weapon on them. Yeah,
that's why I don't get. Like, especially if they have a weapon that's different. Even a knife, man, because it's like I said, we can talk all the shit that we want, you know what I mean? But until someone's coming at us with a fucking knife, and you like, right now I could be like, oh, I'm gonna come at you with a knife. You're like, all right, whatever. But if you don't fucking know me and I'm coming at you, it's like, yo, you know what I mean? And obviously, go to your taser. You know what I mean? Fuck it, just go to your taser. You don't really have to shoot the person, or if you shoot him, fucking shoot him in the knee or some shit. You know, if you're supposed to have marksmanship as a cop, fucking shoot him in the knee or some shit, or something that's not gonna kill them. You know, hopefully not. Yeah. But when they don't have a weapon, it's like, bro, just fucking tase them. You know what I mean? Like, there's no need to shoot them. Just fucking tase them.
But that's unfortunately, I think that we can talk about this all night, but I think at the end of the day, when those cops are in those locker rooms getting ready for their shifts, those last words that whoever their captain is or whatever, it's always like, make sure you guys protect yourself. There's been plenty of articles that have dropped that they've caught cops saying, or even on audio, oh, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker, any motherfucker. Like, they just get in these moods, And again, why is it? I've had certain incidences where I've had to come across, with a confrontation with a police officer. You know what I mean? And it's like, first of all, I'm not threatening. I try to take the high route. I try to take the respectable route. Talk to you, yes sir, no problem. But I'm also not a bitch. Yeah. Like, I'm also not gonna be like como un perro, like with my tail tucked in, because it shouldn't be like that. Yeah. You are gonna get respected, but also respect me. I don't care. Traffic stop, whatever. Do what you got to do. But if I'm talking to you, sure. I don't have to tell you, sir. But this is the problem that they have this ego thing where they're like, what did you say to me? And they try to get big and bad. And that's where shit escalates, man. Yeah. Trust me, I've been on both sides. The side where when I was young and I would just be like, yo, fuck 12, blah, blah, blah. Like, and then like the adult side where it's like you're responsible, like you're respectful, but it's both the same outcome. They try to lock you up regardless. So how do we fix that? Training.
Well, obviously, yeah, but I mean, what can you do? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you could train, but it's like some people have it. I mean, that ego, you can't take an ego away with just, oh, here's some training on how to deal with people. Like the ego, you have to deal with the person. Like that, the ego is the person, not the situation. So you can give me training all you want about, okay, you know what I mean? Like shoot a person in the knee so that they don't die or something. But if I have a fucking ego, like, no, I need to kill that person. Like if somebody comes at me, I'm fucking killing them. Like if I have that kind of mentality, then bro, like I am the problem. You know what I mean? Like there's no training that you can give to me that I can change that. It's going to a psychologist or some shit or a psychiatrist to do the internal work, you know?
How do you think racism plays a part of that ego? That you have a badge, you have a gun. Now, on top of that, let me just be racist. Because a lot of the times that goes hand in hand.
Well, yeah. I mean, the ego can also be where it's like, I am the superior race. Yeah. You know what I mean? So what's this fucking black guy doing here? Or he's not supposed to be in this side of town. Yeah. Or whatever in this neighborhood. So that can be part of the ego. You know what I mean? So yeah, of course it's gonna play a part, you know, because you have this perception that's your perception, and that's what you feel is supposed to be right. Mm-hmm. But how do you know that this dude's not a fucking stockbroker or some shit or whatever? He's just walking his dog or he's just taking a walk. Who's to say that he is not what you think he is? Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it all falls down to the person, man, you know?
And again, it sucks because there's so many people that I feel like I carry myself well now as an adult. You know what I mean? Like, we're just not into like drama and all that shit anymore.
I mean,
like
by far, like the most least confrontational. I mean, you would have to do something to someone that I care about for me to react before you even do something to me for me to react. Yeah. Like if you could like sit there and be like pushing me or whatever, obviously to an extent, you know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm not gonna be, I'm not gonna be played for a bitch, but. Like, I don't react as quickly as I used to when I was younger. You know what I mean? Like, now I'm just like, all right, that's cool, man. Yeah, I'm a pussy. Yeah, that's cool. You know what I mean? Whatever. But the minute you start, you know what I mean? Like, doing too much or you start touching me, then it's like, okay, this may transition. But if you do something to somebody I care about, like my mom or like my immediate family, like, bro, like that is a very quicker, like much quicker transition. But, I mean, I feel like you and I have a very similar aura about us when it's just like, all right, cool. You
you got it.
Right, man, you're the big dog. Cool. Yeah, or whatever.
Yeah, but you know how it is though, and I'm pretty sure happened to you also growing up. It's like once we got height, once we got like a beard, once we have a certain look, it doesn't matter what the situations. A lot of times would happen. It doesn't matter what the situation is. If it does escalate, where law enforcement comes in, what is the first thing they do,
bro? The first ever fight I ever got into. This is the first fight I ever got into. I got arrested, and I didn't start the fight. I fought some Albanian kid from my school. Wow. Some little short Albanian kid, whatever. But I had the tall tee, you know what I mean? Baggy pants, whatever. And he's the one that initiated the fight. And we fought. Boom, boom, boom. The cops pull up. They put me in handcuffs, put me in the car. And then they're sitting there talking to him and his dad outside.
Mad calm.
Talking to him. I'm like, why am I in the car? Why am I in the car in cuffs? The lady, there was a lady cop too. She turned the AC off. It was like 90-something degrees out that day. So I'm sitting in the cop car. First of all, I was sweating because I just got into a fight. And I'm cuffed. And I'm just sitting in the back of the car like, yo, it is hot. Like the sun's hitting this car. I'm like, why? And I'm just sitting there. Windows up. So I'm sitting there looking at them talk. And they're just... oh, he did this and he did that. And I'm just sitting there like, yo, is she going to get my side? Yeah. At all? And they took me out. And then she was like, oh, you have one chance to call your mother. And because I think I was like 15 at the time, 14 or 15. And she's like, if your mom doesn't answer, then you have to come down with us. And I'm like, fuck. My mom never answers the phone. So I was like, fuck.
I would have thought the same shit. I'm like, yo, you know what? Where we going? All right, let's just ride.
Yo, can we stop at Mickey D's real quick? Because I'm hungry.
Yo, it's Wednesday. It's 29-cent cheeseburgers. Let me
can I get
two.
a fucking Frosty on the way? I'm sweating my balls off back here. So I'm like, damn. So I call my mom. She doesn't answer. And I'm like, shit. So like a bunch of my friends are there. And I'm like, it was like literally right around the corner from my house. And they're like, your mom's car's not there. So I'm like, fuck. I'm like, can I please call one more time? And they're like, okay. I called her again. She doesn't fucking answer. So I was like, so I'm like sitting in the cop car, and my little brother had just, because his bus got there later, came off the bus and he saw me in the car. And that's what bothered me the most. I was like, I didn't want my little brother to see me in the cuffs.
He was how old at that age?
He's 3 years younger than me, so he was
12.
probably like 10.
You said 15. You were 15, so he's 12.
Oh, I thought I said 14.
It's still.
Yeah, so he was probably like 11, 12, whatever. Yeah. He's still a young kid. So I was like, he just was like staring at me, and I was just like
confused as fuck.
Like, what the fuck are you doing in the back of a cop car? Like, what happened? What did he do? What did somebody else do to him? So he's like, you could see all these things, and he's not saying that. He's just looking at me, and I'm like cuffed up. I'm like, fuck, man. I just looked away from him. Like, I don't even want him to look at me. And then as like they were like whatever, the ladies like putting me like putting everything together to put me in to take me away, my mom comes driving up the street, and my one of my boys is like, yeah, Jackie, come in, Jackie. So my mom pulls over, she comes and she's like, what the my mom starts spazzing out like whatever, and then the lady's like, oh, they got into a fight, blah blah. My mom's like spazzing out, my mom's fucking all over the place, and then she's just like, oh, who won the fucking fight? Who won the fight? And my boy's like, Will won. Why? What the fuck? And she's like, get in the fucking car. And then I'm like sitting, I'm like, my mom's about to whoop my ass, bro. So I'm just sitting in the car quiet. And she's like, how did everything happen? And who won the fight? And I was like, he got the first hit, but I was like, I won the fight. And then she was just like, okay. She literally took me out to eat and bought me a video game and took me home. I was like, let's go.
It's crazy. It's such I don't know if it's a Dominican thing,
bro,
or a Hispanic thing. Like, my mom always told me, like, no llega a la casa.
If you get your ass whooped, don't come back.
Don't come into this house with your ass whooped. And I was like, that shit.
Bro.
And it only terrorized me because when I went to school here. When I would go back to New York in the summer, my uncle was the same way, but he had 2 boys and 1 girl, and all of them got down. Like, if any of them had problems, they're like, oh, so-and-so's outside and want to fight you. They put on their Timbs, they'll be like, oh, who want to fight? I'm not losing because my pops is in there, and if I lose, he going to beat my ass, and he going to drag me
twice.
and he going to drag me back to your house until I beat your ass.
Yeah.
So that's such a Hispanic thing, and honestly, it's like, it's crazy because same thing. You lose a fight, they'll be like, all right, who started? Did you start it? Are you starting fights? No, I didn't start. I'm just protecting myself. Like you told me to, right? You hit him with like you told me to just defend myself, right?
Don't hit me.
All right, but did you win? Yeah. Also, we good then, my boy. My bad. I didn't mean to scare you like that. Like, yo.
Bro, when she's like, all right, she's like, are you? It was like, there was like a silence. And I'm just sitting there, like, when I told her that I won the fight, I'm just sitting there because the crazy thing is, like, when that fight happened, I had braces. Ooh. And he caught the first punch and he caught me in my mouth.
And she got stuck to your lip.
And it got stuck, so I was bleeding. So she's just looking at me, and then, like, she was just like, did you win? And I'm like, yeah, Ma. And I was just, like, sitting there, like, fuck. Like, what is she going to do? She's just quiet. And then she's like, are you hungry? I was like,
you're like,
oh. I was like, yes. She's like, all right, let's go. And then she took me to the mall, and she got me, like, I don't know, I think it was back then, that was maybe PlayStation 2. Yeah. But I was like, she brought me a game, and I was like,
lit. You're like, let me get into some more fights.
And I had to, then I was about to be out there like, but then I had to go to school the next day and talk to the principal, and like the principal and the cop that so-called arrested me. And I walk in, and I'm like, yo, because I was just fucking jabbing this kid like crazy.
So you didn't get suspended?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, okay. But the next day?
Yeah, but I had to go to them and talk everything out, what happened, whatever. So I'm like, I go to, like, I pull up in the school, I'm like, because my shit was lumped up. He caught me in my lip good. So I was like, damn. I was like, if this dude is not lumped up, like, bad, I'm swinging on him.
I got to go round 2.
I'm going round 2. As soon as he comes into the thing, his shit was all up. I was like, all right, I'm good. It's funny because, like, I'm sitting in the seat and he, like, walks in. I just, like, looked at him. I was like, nah, I'm good.
I'll be good.
I was like, we good. It's like, you're the one. The cop was like, oh, you seem like you're the one that started it. All your friends were there. I was like, yeah, all my friends were there, but I did not start the fight. Yeah. He's the one that was on the bus talking mad shit. And he's like, oh, get off the bus and let's handle this. I'm like, bro, I don't want to fight, but I was like, all right, whatever. Like, I've always been like, bro, I'm what is the point here?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, what are we going to do?
Yeah.
But if you want to fight, you know what I mean? Like, all right, hit me. Go ahead, let's go. And the nigga hit me.
He was like, oh, work?
He was like,
you're like,
oh shit.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
Shit.
Hold on.
Like, all right, cool.
Somebody jumping me here?
Nah, it was funny because one of my boys, honestly, low key was part of the instigation. But he was like, "Oh, he called you whatever, he this and that,"
Yeah.
and he like pushed the kid from behind. So when he pushed the kid from behind, he like went to try and like tackle me. So when he did that, I tried to push his face down, and he just came like an overhand and just caught me in my mouth. I was like, touche. That was a good hit. Good hit. But take these.
But you see how the tables turn. You know, it's unfortunate that we have a certain look, and obviously we grow up dressing the way we dress and all this stuff from the people that we see on TV and the artists and all these things that we follow. But having a look doesn't necessarily mean that you're automatically in the wrong. Mm-hmm. And that's what I hate. And as an adult now, I tell people this all the time, especially, you know, I'm in real estate. So I have a lot of people that I work with, and people are always like, why are you always dressing up so nice? Like, it's hot as fuck outside. Like, it's 90 degrees outside. And I tell people all the time, like, how do you think it looks if I pull up to Ball Harbor, right? And I'm in a pair of Jordans and a white tee trying to sell a house to a millionaire. You know what I mean? Or even somebody that is going to buy a $500,000 house. It doesn't matter. The point is that I know that I don't belong in that area, or I'm not always in that area.
To society, you don't.
To society, exactly. Yeah. So if I don't dress presentable, if I don't drive a nice car, if I don't speak correctly, I'm automatically like, I'm not a fit.
You're already put into that category. It's category. So you fit. You're that category.
You know how many times this happened? And again, this is now why I'm gonna put the dash cam and all this shit, because it's like, I could just look a certain way to somebody, y me empiezan a joder. Yeah. You know, well, cop, not a person. Yeah. You know,
people too.
Yeah, but I'm not worried about
people. You can literally, but you never know. You know what I mean? Maybe one day you don't have your strap on you, and somebody's like, oh, why is this guy next to my car? And they just automatically assume or some shit. Yeah, you know what I mean? Obviously, that's like a rare occurrence, but it's like, you never know if someone stares at you and they're just like, oh, this dude looks like some dude that robbed me 3 years ago or some funny shit.
And then you get confused.
Pull a gun, and you know what I mean? That's always been my fear. It's always been my fear because it's happened a lot in Providence, like where it's like, oh, that looks like this dude. Bap, shoot him, and it's like, oh, that wasn't him. Yeah. And then the dude dies or some shit. And it's like, bro, you just killed somebody
just being at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Wrong place, wrong time. That's always been one of my low key fears. Is like, because I don't know, like I look like most Puerto Rican and light skinned Dominicans out there in Providence. So it's like, I've always, beard, glasses or whatever, like my complexion. I've always been like, damn it, what if I get mixed up with some other dude that looks just like me, and then someone just blasts me, and I'm just like sitting there like, damn, I just got shot or some bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, and it can happen, especially in your own hometown.
Oh, for sure.
It can happen a lot, For one, there's just a lot of people.
Even here. Yeah. Honestly, I went out last week, and some dude, some tall black kid, he like jumped out of his VIP, and he like almost busted his ass. But he like landed on me, and I was just like, I turned around like, yo, what the fuck? And he was like, oh shit, yo, my bad, yo, I thought you were my boy. And he was like, yo, you look just like one of my boys, whatever. And then we just like started chopping it up. So, I enjoy talking to people, so I'm just like, all right, yeah, whatever. I'm like, yo, good. I was like, good thing we didn't have beef. You know what I mean? Or you didn't think that I was someone that you had beef with, because that could have been. He could have given me a fucking botellazo right in the back of my head, and I wouldn't even know. You know what I mean? But it's like, when it happened, I was like, damn, I haven't had that. Like, I haven't really witnessed that in a while. It's been a while. Yeah. I haven't been in Providence in so long. But I was just thinking, I was like, yo, that if we had beef, that could have been. I was vulnerable. I had my back to him. I wasn't expecting nothing. I was just chilling at the bar having a drink, and he just landed on me, and I was just like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, and he's like, oh shit, my bad, bro. I'm like, no.
And luckily, luckily it's. A lot of things luckily don't escalate. So here's the thing, right? With everything that's going on in the world, a lot of this shit we don't experience in Miami. And I tell people a lot of time, like, go anything past like
West Palm,
and you're fucked. I'm fucked. I'll probably be the darkest person out there. And it just sucks that, we have to think about so much, and we have to prepare ourselves so much. And that's the conversations that I now have to start having with my daughters. You know what I mean? Like, showing them what's going on in the world, but also teaching them, like, listen, there's going to be people that are going to try to abusar, abuse and overpower you just because you're dark skinned, So you got to learn how to,
do it with
carry
class.
yourself. Yeah, and carry yourself the right way.
Not
you know
like
what I mean?
stoop down to a level and be like, oh, fuck you.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, because that's when it just goes completely. I'm like, if you're going to have a chance, you're going to take the high route and try to, come out of there, like, because you're educated.
Yeah, just make them feel this small.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I think, we've talked about money before, and, I know this is completely off topic, but we talked about money before and all this, and, being broke and all. At the end of the day, look, yes, people say that money doesn't buy happiness, but money buys you options. Money buys you time. Money gives you the freedom to have a solution for something.
That's the biggest word. When I apply to money is just freedom.
Freedom.
That is the most important thing.
And look, I was in an unfortunate situation, with a police officer, a couple of years back, and it just goes back to the whole, abusing of power. It's the minute he got to my car, it's like, oh, black, check mark, right? Like, that's probably what they're thinking, like, black, check mark, boom, let me put my hand on my gun, blah, blah, blah. What's the reason for the, for the stop? Oh, you have a tinted tail light. And I was like, okay, the car came like that, but okay, I'm not gonna, it's like, whatever, dude, like, you're gonna give me a $30 ticket, cool, and then the shit just escalates, get out the car, blah, 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 and it's like, when you look at him, and then he sees me get out the car, he's like 5'6", max. So you already know that it's automatic defense mode. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but why does it have to be that? Like, for one, I'm not being aggressive. I'm not being combative. Kept saying, stop being combative. I'm like, I'm not gonna be combative. You'll know if I'm being combative. Yeah. And I'm like, you don't even know how to spell that shit, because he's writing the report, and I'm like, that's not how you spell it, whatever.
It's like combative with a K.
Yo, stop.
Mortal Kombat.
So, so again, it's like, it's things that we have to think about now as adults, man. But it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't have all these killings. We shouldn't have all these murders from policemen for us to open up our eyes and see that the problem is not that the colored people are aggressive or the aggressors. The problem is that the most law enforcement are not challenged or trained to really handle every situation and de-escalate situation. You know what I mean? Like, if you're here to protect and serve, you shouldn't be on somebody's neck. You shouldn't be on somebody's neck when they're fucking handcuffs. You know what I mean? Like, he shouldn't have to be screaming out, I can't breathe. Because what's going to happen the day that shit doesn't make it to the news? What if we get pulled over and we're by ourselves? There's nobody recording. Yeah. I'm going to just be another nigga on the list. And I'm sorry to be so vulgar. I'm sorry to, but this shit, it's a sensitive subject, because it's been happening for so many years. And the older I'm getting, the more I'm seeing it. And now, like, it's happened to me multiple times. And if I didn't have the fucking money, I probably would have been still in jail right now. You know what I mean? Like, from that stupid incident. Yeah. But you make money, you buy yourself time, and you find options to get a good lawyer, to beat the shit, But what happens? The guy's still a cop. Yeah. You shouldn't be wrongfully arresting people. Yeah. Because of what? Because your ego? Because you got picked on in high school? Yeah. You know what I mean? So,
and most of the people that are in prison took a plea deal because they don't have money.
Not only that, they don't know that they have options.
Yeah, but they don't have the money to fight for those options. Yeah. To pay a fucking lawyer. So it's like, I gotta take the plea deal. Because
it sucks, man.
It's like, I don't have the money to pay this dude for all the hours that he's gonna need to do to fight my case. So do I try and fight it and then fuck around and get more time? Like, my pops told me, like, bro, I took the plea. You know what I mean? And my dad had money at the time. He had a lot of money. Yeah. But my dad knew. He was like, bro, if I roll the dice, I'm getting I'm getting probably quadruple the time. Yeah. So my dad said, fuck it, I'll take the time. Yeah. And it's funny because he tells me to this day, like, his lawyer was like, do you want to roll the dice? And my dad was like, hell no, I'm not rolling the dice. Yeah. Another person in my family rolled the dice and they paid the price. He just got out of jail.
And that's the crazy part, that it's like, this is why we got to, like, educate ourselves and try to be more resourceful, because a lot of times that's what the system does too. Like, once they lock you up, man, that shit is the worst. Like, when you go through that process and you start seeing how many people are comfortable in there because they know they have nobody to call, they have no money, they have nothing.
Yeah, free meals. They have
so they're just like, yo, like, I'm gonna just take a plea deal. I'm gonna just whatever they book me from, I'm gonna just take a plea deal. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna be faster. I'm gonna see a judge faster. And in my head, I was just like, my nigga, I do not belong here. I am not taking no deal. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that was my mentality. But it was the same thing. They try to convince you, like, yo, if you just do this, you
like, can if you fight it,
you can go home right now. Yeah, you'll be on probation. You think I want to be outside in my house to be locked in probation, like, or locked on house arrest? Nah, man.
It gets dicey.
It's real dicey, but we can switch this shit up, man. I'm getting hot.
Yeah. No, I'm sweating. And
Well, hot.
We're almost timed up. So
Both hot.
We actually are timed up. So let's end on some positive shit, bro.
I don't know if I could. Man, it's.
Get him with the fucking Tyson.
Oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know how to end this on a positive note, man. Honestly, I just feel like, all right, I'll end this on a positive note on my end. I'm extremely happy that this happened today. That's gonna be my positive note. I feel that it's a rude awakening for a lot of people of law enforcement, a rude awakening for just a lot of people in general that have insecurities and that always want to feel like they're big and bad. You know, like calm your ass down. You know what I mean? Like there is karma. I do believe in karma, and I do believe in people, you know, getting theirs. But my positive, I guess, takeaway, the positive note. Sorry guys, I'm really frustrated. I don't know, man.
I'll leave it for you.
Thank you.
This is something for you. There's like a saying that, you know, when you have an issue with somebody or with something, it's similar to like holding on to a hot stone. Like the longer you hold on to it, you're literally just burning yourself. You just gotta let that shit go. So it's right now you're holding a hot coal and you're just letting that shit burn you. You just gotta just drop it, bro. Drop it. Let it live. Because like you said, you believe in karma. You know what I mean? So no matter what, that shit's gonna come back around. Yeah. You just gotta be like, get to the point of acceptance and just, all right, cool. You know what I mean? That shit happened. You know what I mean? And whoever did this or whatever, that's just you're fucked. It's gonna happen to you. So yeah, whenever that time comes, it'll come. But I'm not gonna sit here and just, you know what I mean, drive myself crazy over.
No, yeah, I'm moved on.
I'm not saying you.
Oh, okay. It's only general.
I'm just saying general.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
But yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So like I said, just overall, good day. Good day. Sorry for the
What the fuck did you just do?
Nothing, bro. It was you. Nah. Just a good day in the books, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we sucked at hitting today, but it's all good.
We're not even talking about that.
That adds to the stress.
Take us away, man.
Anywho.
Prolific Podcast, episode number 11, ladies and gentlemen.
Episode number 11. I'm sweating my ass off right now.
I am too. I am fucking too.
But if you're watching on YouTube, Berto and I are both wearing different Elevate drops. This is a chakra balanced hoodie. He's wearing the double rose gold. Super comfy.
Very comfy and warm.
But other than that, man, you know, what do you got planned for this week?
Not a damn thing.
Yeah, fucking bomb.
Work, man. Work. I got a couple of weddings coming up, so I can't really be doing shit.
So do I.
Yeah, so I'm laying low, man. Just laying low and working and keeping my head up and staying away from alcohol, obviously.
When do you think you're gonna go back?
I mean, I drank on Saturday. I drank at Marvin's house, but it was, you know, again, it's just when I feel my mind is in the right space. I'm getting there. I'm sleeping better, all this shit. So we good. Just wrap us up. Take us away, man.
All right, man. That's it. That's episode 11.
Nah, man. It's not all right, man. All right, man. So, right, man. Episode number 11, ladies and gentlemen. All right. We're making moves. The US of A is moving forward.
Oh, we're going to start working on merch, too.
Yes. Prolific Podcast merch. Coming to
thinking of some designs.
Etsy store near you.
Yeah. Etsy's or
direct delivery
or whatever.
We'll have a lot of website and all that stuff. So, you know.
Yeah. I can take care of all that.
Yeah.
You don't do shit.
Because I won't. Yeah.
Right. Anywho, but yeah, you guys be safe, be safe, be healthy, be cool. I don't know what else to say, honestly, bro. I'm sweating
I'm not allowed. I have to take another shower. Yeah, man.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Take care, guys.
Cause they thought I'd never make it. See me fall down and they celebrate it. Learn how to win with no demonstration. How about the cool got a ventilated? Cause I can't see shit out on 95. Prolific little bitch, I see dollar signs. The shit I done seen got me traumatized. Tryna clear all the pain in my mama's eyes. And my daughter, she watching me closely. Tryna better myself like I should be. Had to chill out with all of that street shit. I came a long way, but don't push me. Rest in peace to my bro, it ain't right, dawg. 20 bands, nothing that's light sauce. Hit the booth and I turn all the lights off. Gotta get in my zone. Gotta turn on my phone, cause all them smiles is fake and I see it. Bad guy, if I got out, be it. Baptized, but I'm living with demons. Trap vibes, so I'm cashing out Neiman's. No face, swear these bitches is heathens, but I don't need them though. Keep my moves quiet, you don't need to know. My new tool silent. Cause they thought I'd never make it. See me fall down and they celebrate it. Learn how to win with no demonstration. How about the cool got a ventilated? Cause I can't see shit out on 95. Prolific little bitch, I see dollar signs. The shit I done seen got me traumatized. Tryna clear all the pain in my mama's